Today I wanted to cover how to display text on the screen. And this is done by using drawings and manipulating the drawings using Monk's Active Tiles. It's really, really simple to do. The field is literally called text for the drawing, and you just alter that field to contain whatever it is you want it to contain. And because that field is just a standard variable for Foundry, you can also do mathematics on it. So if you're just doing like a countdown of, rounds or damage or whatever, you can do +1, -1 to the value. So very, very simple to do. So to show an example here, we have this drawing. Let's actually click on drawings. So we have this drawing here. I'm going to double click on it. And the only thing about this drawing is that it has some text. That's it. And down here, let me move this window. Okay, apparently the window isn't working. So cut off at the bottom of this window, you can't see it, is actually the tag that's assigned to it, and the tag is timer. Obviously, there's a bug to that window. I didn't notice. I added the tag, and it took it just fine, but it won't show the tags, which is odd. Anyway, all you do is you tag the drawing, and you can give it whatever font and whatever size. You put lines around it and whatever else. The only thing it has some text in it, and the text can be anything. You can have it blank to start with. And then in your tile, switch back to tiles here, you use the alter command to the tag. The attribute is text, which is the name of the variable that Foundry uses for drawings. And then you just assign whatever it is that you want. So in this particular case, I have a macro, which it will be included in my module that's being updated today, that will grab the game time of your world and return it to a variable. So I'm using that variable that it's returning to display the formatted time. But you could change this to anything, right? So you could change it to just literally just hard code in the text. So I'll remove this. And so you could just say, you want this to say Bob, and it will say Bob, right? Or as I said, if you're doing something like you're tracking something like someone's health or a countdown or something like that, right? So you could just say +1. Remember, after operators, you always leave a space. So you could say +1 or -1. Right. And every time the tile runs, it will add 1 or subtract 1 or do whatever it is that you want to do. So it's very, very simple. I'll put back what I had here so I can show it to you. So what I'm doing here is for my triggers, whenever the time changes, it triggers time change, and wherever I click on it, it does the click. And on the click, all it's doing is show hide. So if I click on this, time fades out. As a GM, I see it as faded out. The players wouldn't see it at all. Click on it again, and it shows again. If I change the time, either manually or if I just resume time and have it naturally progress, every time the time changes, this updates, and the macro grabs the new time and displays it. So very simple. Very easy to set up. You can have the text say whatever you want. You can make the drawing whatever size you want. You can change, the font, the color, et cetera, et cetera. So very simple to display text and control that text from your tile. As for the macro that I created, it's very simple to use. You can have it display as the 12-hour clock, which will have AM and PM, or the 24-hour clock, and with or without seconds. You can then customize the variable that it returns. If you don't send any args to it, it will default to a 24-hour clock with no seconds and will use a default variable name. All of that is detailed in the documentation that's provided with my macro, or sorry, with my module. Ugh. That's all there's. One small thing is if you are using a macro to grab a value and then you want to use that value, like we're doing here, you have to put in a delay of 0.1 seconds. And that is to allow long enough for the system to complete the macro, return the value, and have the value in a amongst active tiles variable, which is then accessible to the functions of amongst active tiles. So without this delay, the value doesn't get updated fast enough for the alter to use it. I think that covers everything. Pretty sure. Oh, I did want to show one thing. For those of you who want to write your own macros, you masochists out there, where is the macro? There it is. All right, get time. So we come down here to the bottom. This is the command for storing information in amongst active tiles variable. So if you want to write your own macro that does whatever and return something to the tile so that information can be used, calling tile.setFlag, amongst active tiles, variables dot, and then the name of the variable. In this case, because you can dynamically assign the variable name, it's using a variable here, but you could just hard code in variables dot and the name of the variable. And then this formatted time, this is just the information you're putting in the variable. So that's the macros variable that you are storing in a amongst active tiles variable. Hopefully that's not too confusing. So yeah, that is all you need in your macro to take whatever it is your macro is doing and store that in a variable in the tile that called, because it knows which tile called it. So it will store it as a variable in that tile. So if we go back to this tile here and we go to setup and we say view variables, right? This is a bunch of tests that I've done. World time is the default variable name the macro uses if you don't give it a variable name to use. As you can see, I've used some other ones, and it has saved those variables. And those are permanently saved to the tile and can be addressed and manipulated in whatever ways you would normally use tile variables. So that is handy. And basically that was where this experiment started from, is I wanted to be able to take information and return it to the tile as a variable to be used in other functions. And I also did, for the experiment, I also figured out how to throw that information into text on the screen. So that's all there is to it. It's not terribly complicated. And if you're not into writing macros, then I've already provided a macro for you for doing the time if you want to display the time for your players. That's it. Hopefully you found it helpful. Check out my links down in the description and have a good one.